Taylor.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been so busy because I see all of my friends and they're on podcasts. And I'm like, my turn's coming soon. I'm
Yeah,
coming.
I'm here. I am here. Of course, we get to do all the press for this wonderful movie, and I'm so grateful you had me. So thank you.
For sure. Before we start, I want to introduce you to my son, who's also Taylor. So he had to make an appearance because you
Yeah,
guys share the same name.
I love that. I already love him.
Hi,
Hi,
nice to
Taylor.
meet you, Taylor. I
Very
just
nice to
knew
meet
I
you.
had to meet you because we had the exact same name.
I love that. I love it so much. So nice to meet you, Taylor.
Nice to meet you too, and I hope you have a good day. And by the way, nice hair.
Oh, thank
Have a
you.
good
Very
day.
Bye. Bye,
Hope you
Taylor.
guys have a good podcast. Bye.
Yes. Good podcast.
You could go on about, okay, well, Taylor, thank you for finding the time to come on to the Cat Chat podcast. I know it's been crazy busy. I've been trying to get people to come on, whether it was last year or 2 years ago, so I'm grateful to have you come on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right, before we get into about movies, I would like to know a little bit more about you. Like, how did you get into acting? Was it something you've always wanted to do?
Actually, I like to call myself an accidental actor because I fell into acting. My stepdad was an actor, and I was visiting him in LA, and his manager asked me if I wanted to go on auditions, and I was like, absolutely not. I do not. That sounds terrifying. So after I got bored enough, I said, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and do that because I was visiting for a week in LA, and I was living in New York. And I said, why not? I'm here, might as well. So, because I didn't care about the audition one bit and I was just wasting time and and wanted to go back to New York and I was comfortable. Didn't care, no nerves at all. So that helped me and I went in and I booked the job. And then I freaked out because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing and everybody thinks I know what I'm doing. So it was a whirlwind trying to learn how to act when I had never had an acting class. Watching myself on TV was actually my first acting class, which is terrifying.
Was it something you've always wanted to do on doing a different career that you were destined to do with your life?
No, it was not. I was an athlete growing up, and in high school, you had to pick one theater arts class to for your criteria. And I was so afraid of standing up in front of people and performing that I chose the class where you had to watch classic movies and then write essays on them. So that's how much I did not want to be an actor. But when push came to shove, I was like, I think I could do this. And learning so much in the business and being inspired by people who do it and finding Hallmark was the what solidified me wanting to do this for a lifetime. It's just so loving and brings families together, and it's just a a beautiful thing to be a part of, really.
Definitely. What do you love about your job? Were there any good parts of the job and not so good parts of acting and Hallmark, Lifetime, or any in general?
Yeah, I mean, the good parts were, booking a job. That was incredible. The validation that you got from trying so hard to work for something and seeing it pay off. And also the worst parts were booking the job because sometimes you didn't want to play that character, but you sort of had to take it because it was the next step in your career. I remember taking a job for HBO where I signed on to do nudity, and I never wanted to do nudity, but because it was HBO, it was a big break and I should do it and X, Y, and Z. And I didn't want to. And then right after that, I asked myself, okay, if if That's not what you want to do. What do you want to do? Really ask yourself, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to make content that makes people happy and brings families together. And, that my kids one day won't be embarrassed to watch, or, won't be bullied on the playground because their mom was nude in something or whatever it was, like those sort of things really were important. Making an impact, making a difference, making people come together. So those roles I really wanted. And then suddenly Hallmark appeared and I was like, this is what I'm talking about.
Happening Hallmark brings a lot of inclusively and diverse. I mean, they're starting to show different ways to alternate the formula. Typically, boy meets girl, and they fall in love and something else. But now it's more like a trio with guys and a trio with girls and become a trio. So I am very excited. So how did you feel when Hallmark was trying to make this little bit of a shift in the band and everybody's been acting for this? Or we want to see more of this, and the actors like you and everybody else work so hard to make that happen. So how did that formula shift make you feel? Oh, we're doing something better. We're opening something bigger.
Yes, I love what they've done. I love where we've come from and how far we've gone, and just the storytelling has really expanded, and being able to include all different forms of love, and getting to see it played out on Hallmark Channel for all the fans, and broadening that fan base, and connecting with more people on this beautiful level, bringing families together. So I think it's beautiful to see how far we've come.
Definitely. Now we're going to go into a couple of old movies before we dive in for Double Scoop, which I'm really excited about. I mean, ice cream movie about ice cream or animal you could count me in, because I want to know different kinds of ice cream or something I need to get myself into.
Yes, for sure.
Christmas Homestead with Michael Rady in 2016. I thought it was really a good movie and it was really heartfelt and kind of wow. But I'm just curious from your perspective because you play an actress in the
Yes.
movie and yourself is an actress. So tell me about your experience with that movie and working with Michael Rady.
Oh, I loved working with Michael Rady, and it was actually his first Hallmark movie, which I love working with first timers because I get to express
Oh.
all the joy and all the fun that is his life is going to have included in it from here on out. No matter if you do one Hallmark movie or 20, there's fans from all over who remember, who watch the reruns, who thank you for this content. So, getting to share that with him was awesome. And he had like a 6-day old, I think, at the time. So he was going back and forth to LA to be with his wife and his kids. And he's just so selfless and so amazing. And that really made that movie really special. So, and I also just got to see him again. We went to Christmas in a Small Town, a little fan event, and it was so wonderful. Like no time had passed at all. I think it's been 10 years, and we both hands down agreed that we should do a sequel.
Yeah, that's amazing. I did not realize that. Congratulations to Michael Rady and his wife with a newborn.
Yes.
Completely done with kids. I have two teenagers. If I need a baby, I would just go to my brothers and get my baby back and hand it back.
Yes. There you go. Yeah. No changing diapers. You're good.
But now, but really, God, you can give him back to me when you're done. I feed,
Exactly.
I superb, I do everything I, but no more diaper change and I'm done.
You've done it. You've done well.
And there was another movie that I really, really liked. I like to watch it over and over when I'm in the mood for it was One Winter Weekend, One Winter Proposal with Jack Turner. I mean, at first I was like, oh, this is really cool. I mean, you had really like spot on chemistry from the beginning. So I just like how the storyline went and how it became a development and provide a proposal at the end of the second movie. So
Yeah. Well, tell me that you've seen One Winter Wedding as well, right? Did you see The Wedding? You saw The
yeah,
Wedding. Okay, good. Just making sure because that's a big one.
definitely I saw all of them. So it was really
Okay.
nice. Like I said, her mom trying to do a series or a prequel and a sequel, and if the storyline worked and
Yeah.
matched. But I like how each movie has different perspectives, like focusing on one character's dream, and the next one will be focusing on both of them. And
Yep.
the final one will be the final chapter and maybe new love for their friends. So tell me
Yes.
about your experience with those three movies.
Well, actually, Jack Turner and I had already done a movie together before in My Summer Prince. So we already had the
Yeah.
chemistry. We already knew each other. We already worked really well together. But for the series of movies with everybody, those were amazing. And also, we didn't know that they were going to be a series. We shot the first one as just one movie, and then it was so well received that they made another one. So fans do make a big difference in what's created on Hallmark Channel. So ask for what you want and you might see it. You might just see it one day. So it was so much fun. I do love having that other storyline, getting into the details with the friends and seeing their love blossom. And yeah, we need a fourth one because we need to see their wedding. I think it was Sean and Megan's wedding. We need to see them. And then, I think Kara would be pregnant at this point for sure. So that would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was at research because they were in a different movie, but I can't recall it. But it was when Jackson was a warrior and you were trying to clean him up, tame him, groom him to become a very good, decent prince. So that also was a good movie, very good,
Yeah, My Summer Prince. Yeah. I love that one.
definitely. What are these movies for yourself? How do you prepare for the war? So I know Hallmark and everybody likes to take a taste of different kinds of war, whether it's a leading war or a small war. So how do you prepare yourself for the war? What are your strategies of helping yourself learn the lines and to gain with your partner?
Well, my poor husband studies the lines with me, and I have a terrible memory. So I just do them over and over and over again, just like listening to a song. You have to repeat, repeat, repeat. And then I have little tricks and little things that remind me of a word. So if the word, I don't know, was computer, then I would try to imagine something. Rhyming words help a lot. So nothing rhymes with computer. So I don't know. But the point is that I have a lot of little different hacks to help me remember. But you only have a week, sometimes 2 weeks if you're lucky. And then they're still tweaking and they're still changing things. So while you might memorize all the names of the people, they could last second change them all because they didn't get approved by whoever it was that needs to approve them. So it's a pretty wild ride. And then as far as like preparation for the character goes, I love how Hallmark comes together as a team, and it is so fast that you have to rely on everyone. So wardrobe brings their ideas to the table. Props brings all her watch and her purse and the things that she would be carrying around or dealing with. And while sometimes you might feel like, no, this isn't a great fit, usually they have different options, obviously, but they have already created something together. And so you kind of get to step into the role, which I appreciate because I sort of fell into this world. So trusting professionals and letting them expand with their creativity and letting them do what they do best and really trusting that whole team. I feel like that is what my process is, and listening to the director.
Yeah, that's crazy because I'm always curious about the other actors and actresses. Some of them will have hotline or sticky note or different color codes for like, okay, this, and some will just prepare day by day. So I'm just like, I can't memorize a script. I could just do like a
Yeah.
improvised kind of script and just twist the words around or something, but nope. So grateful for what all of you guys worked so hard to make movie magic.
Yes. Oh, that's very sweet of you to say.
Definitely. Okay, before we go on to one other movie that everybody really talked a lot about, it was A Reason for the Season in 2024 with Kevin McGarry. I thought that movie was very special. I can't explain it. I mean, the
Oh.
chemistry, I really liked the storyline. It seemed like she was kind of like navigating and trying to find herself and trying to find who she really is. And of course, Kevin McGarry's character helped her along and discover love in the air. So I'm sure this was a special project for you as well.
It really, really was. Kevin was so, so sweet. I actually lost my best friend to breast cancer while I was shooting the movie. So I was pretty well devastated, and I would cry myself to sleep. And then I'd wake up the next day and go to set and be like, Kevin, you have to make me laugh and smile every second of this day so that I don't break down and lose it. But, watching that character really step into figuring out who she is and giving back and finding love in this world, it really helped me. And I pulled through for my friend because, everybody was worried. They were like, do you need a day off? Do we need to pause this? Hallmark and all the producers, everyone was so loving and so supportive. And I told them, no, my friend would want me to push through, and she's proud of me, and I'm going to do this for her. So I really did. And then the fact that that character wore pink all the time, I kind of carried that on through a few events that I went to afterwards, and I wore pink. And I had sent her a text message from set, and she was like, ooh, girl, pink is your color. So I wore pink for, breast cancer and for her and for the movie. So that movie is really tied in close with my friend Nicole. And I'm glad that everybody received it so well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I could really resonate with some movies, and without knowing or hearing from an article or other interviews that an actor or an actress loses someone in the family or someone close to them while they're filming. I was just like, okay, me, myself, as a teacher, if I lost someone in my family, I take 3 days off because, the grief and all that. But for all of you guys, you should push through. And I'm going to say this. If something like really hits you when you're in the moment, that's when the best acting comes out because you're feeling all the emotion and you're getting it all out in the movie, even though it's not the same, but it shows how
Right.
much talent you have to bring it out in that character.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I felt like she was with me for sure. So that helped.
Yeah, I mean, I lost the fan to breast cancer. I mean, she beat the first round. And I
Yeah.
was living in the South, working at a different school one time. She beat the first round. And I was like, oh, great, yes. And then, like, I would say within 6 months later, she went back and, and that, yeah, unfortunately took her life and she went. So I was like, it's
That,
terrible.
that was the same with my friend. She beat it once and then it came back. And I think that was a huge message for her, was to advocate for yourself. If you don't feel like something's right, go in, because they made her wait till her next mammogram to see, and then it was all over, and it was, too late to save it. Prevention is huge, and the only way that you can really get ahead of the cancer from spreading so fast. So her, doing different podcasts and news outlets and, just advocating for people to advocate for themselves was, I think, a great message that she left with all of us.
Definitely. I will check myself every 6 months or every year just to make sure.
Yeah.
Because my aunt beat breast cancer. So she's still in the clear. So I was like, okay, great. We're going to keep this up.
Great.
All
I
right,
love it.
diving in for your new movie that premiered on Saturday, Double Scoop with Ryan McPartlin. Tell me about your experience making that movie.
Oh, we had such a fun time. And actually, Ryan McPartlin and I had worked together before on CSI Miami. And I'm not sure. I know that I broke a bottle over his head, but I'm not sure if I killed him. But either way, we had we had a lot of tension in our last thing and in our last filming together on CSI Miami. And now this time we get to have tension throughout the whole movie. We used to work together at a different office, and my character left, Nora left to go work for a more lenient boss, a little less grind and a little bit more, follow your intuition kind of model. And Ryan is still working at Ryan, what's his character's name? James is still working at the old place that I used to, and we're trying to get new accounts, sign new accounts, and we end up fighting for the same one. And we butt heads the whole time, and we push each other, and we get on each other's nerves. And then, of course, like any good Hallmark movie, we soften and see each other for what we really are and help each other grow. So it's cute and it's fun and it's funny. I think it's really funny because we set rules for each other and we push each other's buttons, and we do all the things to get on each other's nerves. So it's cute to watch.
Any fun stories or behind the scenes moments you want to share that during Double Scoop?
Well, I got to do a lot of things that I did not think that I would get to do. I call them bucket list items, but probably not on anybody else's bucket list, but mine, which was I held a baby goat. I'm sure it had fleas, but I was okay with that. In fact, we saw the fleas and I was okay with that. And I bottle fed a calf, a little baby calf. It was so cute. And I milked a cow. So and I also let down I fed the cows, and it was just a lot of farm work. So there's also, I drove a tractor. There's also not fun parts where, like sweeping the barn and all the things. There were horses, and it was just a dream. I'm from Texas, so I love anything outdoors, nature, and especially anything with animals. So I was pretty much in my element and pretending like I wasn't.
That's awesome. Did you have was it like a typical theme for each movie or each project? You have a bucket list for each movie, or was it just this movie that was good, kind of unexpected because it's ice cream, animals, outdoors, farms?
Yeah, no, this one checked off a lot. I mean, I can't say that every one of my movies has that experience. And even if they do, sometimes they don't let you do them. Like in One Winter Weekend, One Winter Wedding, they were all snowboarders, but we weren't allowed to do the snowboarding because we had stunt doubles. It would just, like, with the timing of it, it would make more sense that the stunt doubles go down while we shoot a scene. So even if it is a fun action, something that you haven't done before, you might not get to do it. But with these scenes, we did get to do it. So it was really enjoyable.
That's awesome. I mean, I try to do bucket list for work. Sometimes with my students, try to give myself a challenge, or like they do that a moment or during the summer or band event. I'm like, one time I'm gonna go there, another time I'm gonna go there because so many things happening at the same time, and it's hard to kind of like carve it in. But actually, if I'm a full-time teacher, and all of that, my kids won't meet me too much. But it's just like, okay, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. So it's pretty amazing. What
I
next?
remember one of my teachers. What was it?
Say that again. No, go ahead.
One of my Oh, you're good. One of my teachers, I remember us making ice cream out of a coffee can. They put ice around it and salt, and then we put
Yeah.
cream and sugar in the middle, and you roll it around. So that would be fun for kids to do. Why not?
But yeah, my mother-in-law gave us the ice cream maker a couple of summers ago. So we haven't really had a chance to use it. So maybe we'll do it this weekend before school starts and see if it tastes good. Or it
Absolutely.
works out.
For the movie. You have to do it for the movie on Saturday.
That's a good recipe. I will look it up and give you all the credit. Sounds good.
Yes.
All right. What next, Bunny Taylor? Is there any other project or any convention coming up in wrapping up 2025 for you?
Yes. Well, I know that I will definitely be at the Hallmark Experience, which is in Kansas City at the headquarters of Hallmark. That'll be the first weekend of the event and the weekend just after Thanksgiving. So I think it's the 28th, maybe, that it starts. And I'll be in Kansas for that. And hopefully that means I have a Christmas movie to promote because hopefully.
Hopefully, hopefully. And yeah, so wrapping up, let's talk about Christmas Christmas at Sea, the documentary, the 4 parts. I really enjoyed all of it, and I really enjoyed each family for their unique stories or connections. So it was like I almost signed up for the cruise, but it was sold out. So I was like, maybe not this year, maybe when I retire, I'll be able to go on a Hallmark cruise. So tell me about your experience with the Hallmark cruise.
The Hallmark cruise was so much fun. Just to get to feel all that love and energy from the fans is the exact reason why I do these movies. People come up to you and they tell you that you got them through a hard time, or they lost a loved one, or it brings their family together. And all of those stories are the reason why I absolutely adore doing Hallmark movies. The fans are just the best. And to be surrounded by them on this ship floating in the middle of the sea, it was just so much joy and so much love. I swear we were all just on cloud nine. Everybody was vibrating from all the good energy and all the love. So it was great to be around everyone. It was also my friend Nicole's birthday on the ship. So everybody got to sing her happy birthday, and she loves the ocean. So it was just a full circle moment, and it was so beautiful. And to be there with the fans, and they all knew that I lost her when I was shooting that movie, and it was just so cathartic and so beautiful and so healing, and it just makes me want to do more Hallmark movies. Never stop.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the band conventions. I mean, I've been to 3 Christmas cons, 2 drama. So I pretty much kind of like know everybody in the Hallmark world, trying to make connections, share stories. But this year I'm trying something new because I could not make it the last year. So I will be at Kansas City Hallmark Christmas Experience the first weekend. And
That's me.
then I will be going to Christmas Con. So the first weekend was the only weekend I could fit into my schedule. So it was like right after Thanksgiving, right after my husband's birthday, Pete, I'm driving to Kansas City.
I
Without
love
my
that.
girlfriend to have fun, and then 2 weeks later, Christmas Con again in New Jersey.
That's awesome. Yeah, just leave the dishes and the in the sink, and they'll get done. You just come see me in Kansas.
I was just like, okay, you have plenty of food, the refrigerator's stocked, the cupboards are stocked, got water, you know what to do. I'm
You're
good.
good.
See you later. So what time when you Thanksgiving the day before I drive down, because I'm only 8 hours away from Kansas City. So I'm gonna drive. I'm not gonna fly. I'm just gonna drive. So
Smart.
that'll be my first experience. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna go in and just experience it all, do a little bit of workshop. Hi, give everybody a hug, whatever. And then I'll go crazy at Christmas Con because it's
Yes, I love
easier
that.
there.
I love that. Well, I can't wait to see you in person.
Yeah, definitely. I will come back. I'm make aware. I need to see Taylor Cole before I see everybody else. Then Taylor Hand, number two.
Yes, of course, of course.
Before we go, I want to talk about falling for you way back in the days with Taylor Hand because I think that was his first or second Hallmark movie.
Yeah, it was his second one, but he didn't really know what was going on with the Hallmark world. He's like, "What is this? Where am I?" And I was like, "Just settle in, get ready, buckle up. The fans are the best, and the content is just so heartwarming. It's just everything we all need. You know what I mean? When there's just this world of chaos and things, can't always go as planned. You know that a Hallmark movie will deliver exactly what you want, which is a happy ending. So." Um, Falling for You was really fun. I have a funny story. When we were in that movie, we kissed twice, which, when you were talking about mixing up the storylines, that blew people's minds. They were like, "Oh my goodness, they kissed in the middle of the movie. I can't believe it." That was cool. And then on that kiss, we were in this muddy area that was next to a pond. So they had laid down all these plywood pieces. And there was a plywood I was standing on and a plywood he was standing on. And so when I went to go step forward to kiss him, the plywood he was standing on trapped my foot underneath and I couldn't move. So when I went to kiss him, I was stuck on his face and I didn't know how to get off and I didn't know how to communicate to him that I was stuck and I couldn't move because my mouth was on his mouth. And so they yelled cut and I was like, and he pushed me off and I had to explain I wasn't trying something. My foot just got caught. So
I've heard a little bit about that. I really have to watch that movie and just see how that happened. Oh, because I know some of the ladies, I'm like, okay, she just one for wow, okay. But I mean, it was a really good movie, and I could tell because there was like both the second movie, because I did another movie was it's Christmas Eve with the one. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and one.
That
So
was his first
it
one.
was like getting a beat one and getting in the zone. I'm like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah.
And build up a character. And boom, look, we're here right now.
Yes, all the heinies, gotta love him. He's so great. He's really wonderful, and I love that he's pushing the envelope and he's bringing new storylines in. And he really, I mean, one of his movies, he stole away his brother's girlfriend, right? So there is definitely a bad boy element that he's bringing that's spicing it up. And
It
I
was
think
always you. That one,
yes,
it
it
was
was
always you
always
and
you.
yeah,
Yes,
definitely. That's
yes.
like the most popular movie. Everybody's asking for a sequel. So I was like, we want to be able to see him, take off. So we'll see. But yeah, I was like, boyfriend, girlfriend, still. Like a romantic kind of ride, not like Lifetime. That
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
all right, well, I mean that's really all I have. I just wanted to give you like a little bit of a collaboration or whatever. If you have any questions that you want to know about myself or my channel, I'm all open.
Well, I mean, anything that you want to tell me, but I do want to thank Jill for doing such an amazing job. Just incredible. I tried to learn sign language. I can only sign my name, TAYLORQUINNCOLE, but that's all I got.
You did a great job. Yeah. I mean, I tried to make my podcast acceptable for everybody out there. My first podcast was fun. So that was really 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago. So I tried to make it acceptable. I started off with one interpreter, and she was out sometimes reading a team, because they were going to be like between 30 minutes to an hour. I tried to be respectful for your time and your interpreters and myself, because we're all busy. I mean, mom, teacher, actress. We all have a life, you know. So it's been a very fun journey doing the Cat Chat podcast 2.5 years ago.
That's amazing. I'm so happy you had me on. Thank you so, so much.
But thank you, Taylor, and for those people out there, make sure you tune in on Saturday morning for Double Scoop and to see how Taylor and Ryan become enemy to lovers at the end of the movie and find out what kind of ice cream they have been having in the movie.
And bring your own ice cream, because I guarantee you will crave some once you get in to the first 10 minutes of this movie. You'll be like, I need some ice cream myself. So I'm just preparing you. Get it ready, because you're going to want it.
Definitely, I'm gonna go shop it tomorrow for all the ingredients for the homemade ice cream.
Yeah, or make your own. That's the way to go. I'm very impressed. I love this.
Thank you, Taylor Cole, and I will see you in a couple of months. And please enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Appreciate you coming on to the Cat Chat.
Thank you so much for having me. Lovely to see you. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.